Hey guys, before we start today's video, here's a code for 30 primogems that you can redeem right now that was provided by Genshin Impact's operation team, so I hope you enjoy. Now, let's talk about today's video. We're all excited for the future patches, and with 4.2 being right around the corner, we are more than happy to find out more about future patches. So with 4.3 and with the introduction of NAVIA alongside Raiden, Albedo, and Ito in that patch, which I will definitely talk about it more as we get closer to that patch, we will get more info about it for sure, but I mostly wanted to talk about what we already know about NAVIA and the new artifact set that was designed mostly for this character. But take all of them with a grain of salt as it may get changed in the future. Now, she's said to be a main DPS or a sub DPS Claymore Geo character that scales off of attack and not defense, unlike most other Geo characters. And it's been said that her signature weapon is going to have a high base attack of 674 and crit rate substat of 22.1%, but we will definitely get more accurate info about her weapon's passive and design as the 4.3 beta starts soon. And apparently, as far as her constellations go, the C1 and C2 are really important because C1 grants her extra hits on her elemental skill and C2 will provide her with more crit rate available to her. Speaking of her elemental skill, it has two versions of tapping and holding, as she absorbs crystallized shards and fires a shot upon tapping her skill, which is most likely a geo damage gunshot, and by holding she will rapidly charge and consume all chips from crystallized reactions to shoot enemies. It's been said that not only it deals damage on its own based on the gunshots, it will also infuse your weapon with Geo Element. On the other hand, upon casting her Elemental Burst, NAVIA supposedly sets up a turret, or a cannon most likely, that will deal Geo damage over time, and it will provide a buff for NAVIA for a duration of 12 seconds. But unfortunately, it hasn't been confirmed that what the buff is going to be, but it appears that the burst will cost 60 energy with a duration of 15 seconds, which is nice. And another buff that hasn't been specified as to how it will work is that every time she absorbs a crystallized shards of a different type of element, she will receive different types of buffs. So we don't know what elements and party members are needed to increase her damage potential, because maybe the cryo crystal and pyro crystal, for example, will have major differences when it comes to increasing her attack or crit rate, for example. And unfortunately, there's no dendro or animal crystals, so we know that we can't expect those two to have any sort of buffs and synergization for her, although Animo is universal and Animo characters can be used for crowd control, which is always needed. Remember, in the beginning I talked about an artifact set that is going to be her best in slot, and I previously talked about it in another video. Well, the name of this artifact set hasn't been mentioned, but the effects are going to be the 2-piece set bonus is going to give an attack bonus of 18%. Meanwhile, the 4-piece bonus further increases attack and provides an additional geo damage bonus whenever the user triggers a crystallized reaction, and the effect will be doubled with the maximum stacks. We're not sure how many stacks it will have, but it will probably stack for 2 or 3 times. Also, it seems like another character that can use this artifact set semi-effectively is Ningguang, considering she also scales off of attack, so keep that into consideration when you're farming this artifact. With all that said, this is all we know about the new artifact set, although there's another artifact set for overhealers, but we will talk about that in another video alongside more info about 4.3 and so on. But take all of it with a grain of salt once again, because this info may change in the upcoming days, so don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and comment down below if you have any suggestions, and let me know if you're going to pull for Navia, and so far is she exciting for you guys, or you're going to skip her. I personally want to learn more about her in the upcoming days, and I will most likely get her if I can, because she seems like a good addition and a step in the right direction for Geo Element, and we haven't had any new Geo characters in a really long time, with the last one being Ito back in Inazuma. So with all that being said, have a good day or night, and peace.